Hello, welcome to a Skater Die on the Commodore 64. In the background we have quite a famous tune by Rob Hubbard, but this version seems to play a little slow, than it doesn't quite seem to be at the right speed that it should be. But worth checking out on SID Player. Now this is obviously a skateboarding game. Not a great fan of skateboarding in general, but I don't mind the odd game if it's done well enough. And this was developed, even though it's released by Electronic Arts, it was developed by some of the guys that used to work for Epix. So it's quite impressive pedigree of developers behind this, to be honest. Now we start at the skate shop. This is Rodney. He can give you some tips and things like that if you go in the shop. Yeah, he just gives you some top tips. But what we'll do is we'll put our name. Wrong one. Put our name in. Let's go for right. You can pick your what board you want. Now this I'll just play. You can also play some events in two-player mode. Well, all events in two-player mode, but some of them are simultaneous. I think the last two events are simultaneous for sure. Now, like the Epix, and the format is pretty much the same as the Epix Summer Games, Winter Games sort of series. Which unfortunately means it's quite a hefty multi-load, and I did have this back in cassette back in the day. And yeah, the multi-load was not great. It was quite boring actually. So what I used to do was I used to just practice events, or you compete, but it plays lots of. Well, you'd have to practice events, I think. Yeah, you couldn't compete because if you're on your own, then you can have two players for some of the events. So yeah, I think I had to just mainly practice. Which means that the event loads up and you just keep playing it until you're bored. Then you can reload the shop and play another event. But this time we're going to compete. And we'll compete in all the events. So this is where you pick where you want to go. You can see the graphics are quite nice. The animations are quite smart. You know, they didn't skip frames or anything like that. I mean, it's quite a lot of frames of animation just for a menu screen. Yeah. But we'll go to compete all. Now I've got the loading speed up quite a bit in this emulator, so we don't have to sit through the multi-load. I mean, you're talking at least 5 minutes on cassette, I think. Right, we start the first event, which is on the ramp, freestyle ramp. The aim of the event is just to do as many moves as you can. You've only got 10 passes in total to do all the moves, so let's get started. Now, I think Epix Games, California Games had come out maybe a couple of months before this game. And it's got a half-pipe skateboard section, but it's nowhere near as complicated as this one is. Oh, you can see the animation is quite good for its time. Now the in-game music's not very good. Presumably Rob Hubbard did the in-game music as well, but what does it sound? It sounds a bit naff. It sounds like most Epix games run naff music. So I'm not sure if Hubbard did actually do the in-game music, but he is the only credited person for the music. But yeah, the in-game music's a bit naff in most of the events. I say I've got the loading speed up, it's still quite slow actually. Right, here we're at the next event, which is a high jump event, which is basically a joystick waggler. You've got 5 passes to get as much speed as you can, and get as high as you can, and then you can press fire at any time to do a kick flip, which gives you a bit of extra height, but it will end the game for you, or end the event for you. So save it till you think you're at your absolute highest. it's much easier with the joystick, but I'll try and play with keys. I'm not sure I can waggle any faster with keys, but... It's a bit high. Oh, that was pretty high. Well, that was as high. Well, I got higher, but unfortunately it records your last height, which was pretty shit. Right, so that's the half pipe events over. And move on to the downhill event. So you can see this is pretty much a typical Apex game style, but on a skateboard. But the events start to get a bit more variety here. And like a lot of Apex games, there's a lot of neat touches. Sorting his sunglasses out. Some of the events, he's got to comb his hair. All those sort of skateboarding poser things that I like to do. Right, this is downhill, which you just got to negotiate a bunch of obstacles as fast as you can. Oops, without making a lot of errors. Now this is one of these events that needs quite a lot of practice. You can duck, you can jump, and you can turn round. Ah! Oh. Bit of control there. Not very. It's not a long event by any means, but it's quite. Yeah, you need to have quite a lot of practice to get a lot of points in this one. Now, if I was playing this on cassette back in the day in compete modes, I would spend more time waiting for the game to load than I would playing the game. So, now this game, this is a downhill jam, which is a sort of like downhill race but with combat. Some quite amusing animation in this one actually. But you basically just got to punch your opponent as much as possible. Get more points for each time you punch him or kick him. Get more points for going down this route here. Yeah, it was quite good fun two-player mode this, but some quite amusing animation in this fence if you go through it. Always made me laugh anyway. Well, it always made me laugh, but yeah, when this came out back in the day, it got quite high marks, but I'll be honest, I'm not quite sure it deserved the high marks that it got. It's a good game, but it's certainly not a great game. I think it's just too much loading for it to be to justify the sort of scores it got. I don't know if this was converted to any other systems. I think it might have been on the Spectrum, I'm not sure of that. But it did have a sequel game, Ski or Die, which was also set sort of snowboarding, which unfortunately wasn't quite as much fun as this. But it was converted to other systems, but I think Ski or Die was mostly just 64, I think. Right, this is a pool joust. We can pick your level of opponent. I think we'll just play against Poser Pete. I think just for the purposes of demonstration. I don't want to look like I get my arse kicked by fucking Leicester. He's pretty hard, but I have beaten him once or twice, I think. But right, the aim of the game is just to knock your opponent over well, I think 3 times. I think you've got to knock him over, but you only get 5 breads of the pool before this baton changes hands. Comb my hair. Right, I've done enough posing. You've just got to avoid them until the counter gets down to counter at the top left there. You see it says 2. Once it gets to 0, I get the paddle. Then I can then he's got to avoid me for 5. Oh shit! I might have mistimed that. You can also you can hang around just to kill a bit of time on the edges, or you can do a rapid kick just to try and throw off his timing. Oh shit, they might get me here. Yeah, I don't think this is. It doesn't really come close to the best of the game series on 64, but it's not bad. I mean, it's obviously it's got more of a theme to it than some of them, but in terms of it's making use of the 64, I think the animation's great. The graphics are pretty smart. And the in-game music's not particularly great, but it looks there's some neat touches. And it's a reasonably fun game. It's just the multi-load takes the shine off it, to be honest. Right, just one more win and that's me. Right, I've got to get this guy now. Gotcha! Right, there we go. Well, that's all the events in Skate or Die. So it's an okay game. I think it was a bit overrated at the time, to be honest. Especially even if you don't take the multi-load into account, I think it was a bit overrated. But with the multi-load, I've got to take got to take that into account here. I think. So I think I'll give this. I'll give this 6.5 out of 10 because it is quite a good game, but the multi-load is pretty boring. The events themselves are okay, some are better than others, but certainly it's not a bad game at all by any means. And if you've got 2 players, then some of the events are a bit more fun with 2 players. But yeah, it's okay. It's a pretty good game. Yeah, I think 6.5 is quite a fair score. That's all for this video.